Kollin, you guys are good.
He loves doing that. I don't know why he loves doing that, but it's kind of become a tradition, even though we don't have a mic and we're not hooked up to anything.
Right, no, it's slating.
He's like our slate board of meat.
He's like slate book. Yeah. We're here at another spot.
I could do it another way.
Don't do it another way. There is
My hands behind my back. Yeah.
Oh, you know, that would be an interesting... Never mind. We have those pictures, too. We're here at another... What? The slating isn't hitting your brother in the back of the head.
It could be.
Sounds like
You had
a
a...
We're here at another spot interview for Never Ending Paddle.
The
We're
back
here...
of the neck.
You think that'd work
You
better?
could get a nice solid connect with the back
That's
of the neck.
true.
Yeah.
I didn't fuck up. Screw up yet.
Edit.
It's a preemptive.
We're here at another spot interview for NeverEndingPanel.com with Cody Goodfellow, who categorizes himself as a horror hard science fiction writer. His last book was called...
Cody Goodfellow.
Did I say Corey?
Yeah, you did.
What a bonehead.
That's all
Not
right.
me.
You were on fire right before that. I felt that.
We were Cody.
Yeah.
I said Corey Goodfellow?
Yeah, you did.
Bonehead.
That's right.
We're here at another spot interview with NeverEndingPanel. Go ahead. Yeah. We're here at another spot interview at NeverEndingPanel.com with Cody Goodfellow.
That's correct.
Thank you. Who categorizes himself as a horror hard science fiction writer. Cody, why don't you tell us what was the name of your last book?
Perfect Union?
For a...
I take it it's not about the Civil War.
I thought it was Perfect Union for a Silent War.
Oh, Silent Weapons for Quiet Wars was my last book.
Oh,
it's a
so
collection of short stories about secret mutants, about how natural selection and how the processes of scientific and biological evolution use individuals at crux points, at moments of great change in our society and as our experiences as a species.
So wait, so these people are created and then used at certain times to affect major...
Somebody climbed out of the ocean first.
Yeah, somebody had to climb out of the ocean, and he probably had to push somebody back down in order to get out there. And so,
Or maybe the rest of them shut them out.
that's true. That's true. So it's about those those personal experiences, those individuals when they come to realize that they're being used for larger purposes, not necessarily a benevolent or an evil purpose, but for the purpose of change.
Got it. And what are you working on now, Cody?
Right now we're working on a number of projects. My partner John Skip and I are working on a tie-in for a G.I. Joe novel. We're also working on a very large project that I think hopefully will be the last word on in the zombie debate. And
What is the zombie debate?
fast
Fast or slow?
Fact,
Should I
fast.
tell them the title for my imaginary story?
Sure, go ahead.
I always wanted to write a book or a short story called Confessions of a Vampire Knight in the Zombie Wars, just to exploit everything and be done with it.
There are no werewolves in it, though, right?
As told to a werewolf.
Oh, that's the subtitle.
Got the trifecta.
Woohoo! Go ahead, sorry, you were...
No, that's quite all right. Working on
I remember that.
a number of Lovecraftian horror projects. I also publish modern Lovecraftian horror at a company called PerilousPress.com. We're working with Brian Stableford, putting out his next book. And I am working on, we have another book with my partner Skip called Spore, which is about a fungus that becomes self-aware and figures out how to infect human patients by infiltrating the Hollywood cocaine supply.
There is still a Hollywood cocaine supply?
I would imagine, yes.
I thought that went out with like the 80s and, tight
The
workout pants.
pipe goes right behind my house.
You still have to like get the movies out in like record time and work on 3 scripts simultaneously.
Wherever shit that's really questionable that probably shouldn't be done in the first place needs to be done on time and under budget, you will find Cocaine Cowboys.
Got it.
Yeah.
So you are in that rare group, as is Eitan and I, a collaborative writing team.
Yes.
How was it that you got together with John Skip and realized that you two could, work together?
Well, we actually became friends out of a mutual respect for each other's writing, but hadn't really attacked that idea. Skip had been one of the very, very few writers that I knew of who could collaborate with somebody and turn out something that was larger than the sum of its parts when I was growing up. So he was always a hero of mine. It was only when we started jamming together and working on music and discovered that we had more than just simpatico tastes and a simpatico attitude about things, but a real enjoyment of getting an idea from somebody and being able to bounce it back and turn it into something to where it starts developing a synergy. And we discovered from doing music that we could write basically the same way and have the same sort of synergy working together.
Hey Tom, do you have any questions for Cody Goodfellow?
Essentially, is your work kind of like what Frankenstein originally was, or is it basically more along the lines of modern zombie horror?
I would thank you for bringing up the notion of Frankenstein, because Frankenstein to me was a science fiction novel that was very attentive to the human effect of how seizing that kind of power would change society, how it would affect the person who did it, how it would affect the creation, and so it explored those ramifications of things, but it didn't get lost in the effect of in just this would be scary. How would this play out? And that speaks very truly speaks to the heart of what I try to do with my own fiction, which is take a very outrageous idea. My new novel, Perfect Union, is about a commune that uses gene therapy in order to try and become a true caste society, where the workers become pure workers, the soldiers pure soldiers. And
Nothing can go wrong with that.
Right. It's about, it addresses the real how gene therapy would work on people, but also gets into more than just the monsters chasing kids through the woods. What kind of monsters are they? It gets into the questions of what are we willing to sacrifice as individuals to fit into a society, and how it would work, and how conformity affects us in families, in larger societies, and as individuals.
We seem to, as a species, seek conformity while needing diversity.
Yeah, we need the illusion of diversity, and the evolution of our culture has been an evolution of, I think, convincing everybody that they are the Omega Man. Not only the most with it and the most gifted individual on Earth, but the only individual on Earth who's really truly alive. And if you can maintain an illusion where everybody lives in their bubble, where they think of themselves as the only real living human being, then they'll keep drinking their Coke and
That's the
consuming. Yeah.
All right, well, Cody, thank you very much for being on a spot interview for NeverEndingPanel.com. We
It's a
really
pleasure.
appreciate you coming on.
Thank you very much,
Thank you,
Doc.
sir.
Thank you, Tom.
Hey, Tom, nice meeting you.
Tommy, good to meet you.
And
Sure,
thank you,
together.
viewers.
Viewers.
And thank you, Richard, for filming
Oh, do
this.
you have a website?
PerilousPress.com.
Which is right up there, or maybe down there.
Wherever the intern decides to put it.
Perfect.
And we're out.